Rick, we're here at the OPG Visitor Centre. You guys were the architects on it. What were some of the innovations that you brought to the table that helped this project earn gold?
Well, the whole building is innovative in many ways. Where it's located beside the dam on the river meant that it had to have special design. It had to incorporate within the environment, within the lands themselves. The soils were troubling because they were originally dredged from the water to build this inland seaway. So even how the structure sits and the foundation set were of special design. The building is heated by in-ground geothermal lines. It's a very energy efficient building. That was a requirement.
Your sight lines in this facility are phenomenal. Like right through the whole building. How much how much input and how much care did it take to develop those sight lines? Was it a conscious?
Everything. Even before we started, we met with cultural groups, stakeholders, Lost Villages, the Mohawks of Akwesasne, about what kind of exhibits and how they would want it to be portrayed, how it started. So there was a concept. It's sort of like maybe an analogy would be if you're making a movie, you sort of get a storyboard. So we sort of figured out how we would conceive of the person arriving here and how they'd experience it. So there's entrance and arrivals for school groups, washrooms, and all those necessary things. But then you go through a series of historical and educational exhibits that sort of tell a story. And we designed a building that curved long walkway, and it curves, but it actually ramps up as well. So it's dynamic. You slowly get out, and all of the materials are steel and concrete, so they're environmentally friendly. And then you finally arrive, and you have a view of the river room. We're standing in a public auditorium space that behind us is glass that looks at the Saunders Dam. The river room culminates with that same view, and you can even go outside.
Did you have any particular influences in designing this facility?
Well, it's rather clean and modernist, but we designed everything originally ourselves. I mean, your whole life, and that's a long story too in architecture, what kind of design you're interested in and what kind of stuff, but it's basically a clean, unique design. It's very modernist, it's very functional, and it was the primary objective was to be generous to the visitors that were coming here and be extremely interesting to them. So we tried to combine materials and design and site so they would culminate together to make sort of a wonderful event.
All right, thank you very much, sir.